Hello guys, welcome back to a new video. So, as the title says, I am addressing the allegations. I'm keeping a buck. That's what I'm doing here today. So, but before I start, I want to say something. The one allegation that's been bothering me the most will be the one I bring up at the end. And I'm also going to talk about moving forward. So, as you know, when I first started this channel, I claimed to be 18, 19. I claimed that my real name was James. It was not. I was a catfish at that time for about, I think, the first 2 years of this channel. And I hurt people. Mentally, not physically, of course, but mentally, which might have led to physical distress. As you know, there used to be someone on the channel named Lulu. I still talk to them, and I want to do a podcast with them. And that's what I want to say before I start this. I am willing. I'm willing to do a podcast called something stupid. I do want to put a twist on it. It's probably going to be like the Orange is Past the Orange is Past podcast. But like you people who don't like me or have spread allegations about me or have said anything about me or have opinions about me that are the opposite of what some of my friends may think of me, then go ahead. Hit me up on Discord, Instagram. You know my ads. Or have a friend hit me up. Give them, if I have you blocked or something, have a friend hit me up, say, hey, there will be one thing. The podcasts will be civil, but I will let you confront. I will let you talk. I will let you confront me genuinely if you have something against me and tell your side of the story. That's what I am inviting you guys to do if you guys don't like me. Like I said, you guys know my Discord. You guys know my Instagram. Reach out if you have to. I'm always here. So, and I will hop on a call, do the podcast. Because I think it's about time that I'm not quiet about these things. Like I just said at the beginning of this video, I told some truth. There was also someone named Alex. She was, I want to say 13. I was about 12, I want to say. Or I was 13, she was 14. One of those two. Either way, we were together. And I'd been catfishing her. She had been lying about her age. And she was on the channel too. While that time I was literally LARPing as this person. And I was LARPing as a friend of mine. His name was Derek. Which Derek has his own stuff too. Which I'm going to bring him on a podcast if I can get. He has said that he will go. So I want to get him on a podcast too. What is the most important allegation that I want to beat right now? Well, one is that my father is under investigation for predatory behavior. That is a lie. That is false. I don't know where you got this information. He had a charge from when he was 19 years old. That is the most I know there. And to say that he is under investigation for predatory behavior would just be lies. And then there's the fact that I'm a predator. That's the allegation. Allegedly, I'm a predator, right? So that's what I want to get into. I'm going to try to look at you guys more. I don't want to look like I'm looking away, like I'm reading a script or something like that. Like I am trying to keep it a buck with you guys. It is hard for me to like look at the camera because I'm not used to doing these videos. Even now, I'm still not used to. I am going to come out with some more videos though. Basically, there have been allegations that I'm a predator too. Do I have any proof to prove that I'm not? No, besides you can go through my phone. Literally, my phone. You can go through my phone, tablet, laptop. I don't care. I have nothing besides conversations with my girlfriend, conversations with my friends. I don't even have any of the past conversations anymore. They probably do, though. So on the podcast, they can bring that stuff out. I will review it on the podcast. 100%, I am welcoming you to come on the podcast with me. The Orange is Past podcast, I will have one member on at a time. But like I said, this is welcoming. You're allowed to tell your story. I can, if I think that it is correct, I will come out and directly say, yes, what you are saying is correct. If it is false, I would like to speak my side, and it can be civil. It can be like it can be not like a debate, but I want to hear your truth and your side. And that's what I want to hear. So that's why I am inviting people to come on the podcast if you would like. And I'm actually going to have some of my friends on. Angel, who remembers this. I want to have Mikey on. They're going to be my first guests. And hopefully you guys like understand. Right now I don't have my tablet, and I am actually struggling with homelessness. I've been homeless now for about 3 months. And I think some people are aware of this. I know that people from my past are. Red is aware of this, and so is anybody in my server. So there is that. I've been struggling with that for quite some time. I mean, I'm literally filming outside right now at a campground. The other allegation is that I like to what was it? That I am a mentally abusive friend. And I'm going to be honest, that isn't an allegation. That's the truth. I'm an asshole. Or I was an asshole. I'm working on myself. You can ask Angel, any of my current friends. I am working on myself. But to be honest, for a while, I was self-obsessed. I was obsessed with myself. I was obsessed with my channel. I was obsessed with my views, my subs, my videos. I was obsessed with myself. I was a narcissist. Even to the point where, well, yes, I do believe that I have some kind of mental disorder. It could just simply be LARPing. I was, for a long time, faking dissociative identity disorder. While I do believe it is there, I was literally LARPing. Because I never had a diagnosis. I never have had the diagnosis. I've never gone to get a diagnosis. The other thing is the adult toy allegations, okay? So, those allegations are also true. So, I was on a call with some friends. I'm not going to bring their names up. I'm going to call them A and S. At that time, I had not been the best of friends to them. And I had brought back past trauma in their lives by showing a P adult toy on camera. And prior to that, I had shown a D adult toy on camera. And my friends were mortified by past trauma that they had had with items like that, with family even. And to this day, I feel bad for doing that. I do. I really do. I just couldn't imagine, because I also have traumas. I could not imagine sitting there and like doing that. Then I saw a comment, I just, looking back at it, it was so stupid. I thought it was funny. I had a friend who had done it before, Isaiah. You know him. Sorry to throw you under the bus, bro. But, so I was like, oh, but I remember he got in a bunch of trouble for it. People were mad at him. A was mad at him. I remember that. And I was like, looking back at it, I'm like, oh yeah, he did. He did do that. Like, A was literally mad at him. And so was F. F was mad at him too. Which F was in my channel, was my friend for years. And F in the end said he had had enough. And in the end, it really all came down to a comment that I made to his, I think it was like 11-year-old brother. Which this was where I think I made a huge mistake. Was we were playing Roblox and his little brother was bothering us. I was unaware of his age at the time, but I had said in the Roblox chat, I'm going to touch you. It was a joke. I've always had dark humor, but looking back at it, it was a tasteless joke. It was wrong. And the other thing is my support for people like, and it was horrible. And I'm sorry, I'm getting like sidetracked here, but I just want to try to address it all as soon as possible, as fast as possible, but also still tell you like what I can tell you. Recently, I've spoken to Mikey. Or Lulu, I've tried to make amends with him. I would love to make amends with some of those people. Some other people I never want to try to make amends with. I want them to be like, oh yeah, you know, I am hearing you, but I don't want them to be like, I forgive you. Because some people don't deserve to forgive me, especially not Cheese. That's the other allegation. That I was grooming Cheese, who was older than me. So, no. But here's where I came in wrong. I called him and A both pedophiles. Well, at the time, I had a crush on Cheese, and I'm allowed to say his name. I asked him, and I had a crush on A. Now, Cheese, you should also apologize to them though, because you faked your death. And people who are accusing me of being Cheese, I want you to know I'm not Cheese. I never will be Cheese. Because even though he faked his death, I think that was to get away from me. Because at the time, I was a horrible friend. Not a good friend at all. And then this person's name, I hope I'm allowed to bring up. I'm going to call him Jay, though. But you should know him. Opposite of a clown. He was probably the nicest British man I've ever met, to be honest. He was a good guy. He actually asked Angel recently how we were all doing, how Angel was doing. Angel is doing great, by the way. And if you see this, Jay, you're a good guy. And I'm sorry that you had to be brought into the middle of this. And for you who, I think you did call me out for LARPing on a lot of things. And I think that, thank you for that. Also, why am I using the word LARPing? I feel like I'm trying to still be in I'm Gen Z, you know, I'm trying to use these terms still. LARPing. But yeah, so the whole thing there is, I think he called me out first that I lied a lot. The other thing is y'all have some checks to collect from me. I'm not gonna lie. I owe you guys. I don't have to, but if you guys come on the podcast, we'll discuss it afterwards or before recording. Either way, whatever you want to do. I think it's better we discuss that after recording though, because then we can be at least on an understanding level. If that's even what you want, some of you will probably be like, I don't think I want the money from you. I think I've left the channel. Now that you've let me speak, I don't want it anymore. I don't know. I mean, it's not like hush money. You guys can still say whatever. And I'm not going to make you guys sign a contract saying, oh, yeah, well, you can't speak to me. I completely invite you guys to come on my podcast, talk completely about, your experience with me, how it's been. And yeah. But A has been nothing but a nice person to me. She was always great. And she has a little brother who was always... he was getting into trouble, but he was always nice to me too, until the end, and I think I upset them both, and I called like I said, a pedophile groomer. Those things are untrue. And if you guys know who I am referring to when I say A, go subscribe. I think she has a YouTube channel. She might be in some of my old video descriptions. I don't know. And then go subscribe to F, if you know who that is. Go subscribe to L if you know who that is. There's two L's. There's Canadian L and American L. Go subscribe to them or follow them on anything that they might have. Jay is still around. He's doing great. From what I've heard, he's doing okay. I hope he's doing great. I don't know. Wonder what the UK is like right now. But I just want you guys to know I'm doing good, but I still sit with this guilt every day. And this is my official not only apology, but this. And now I think this is the segment that I want to give the most part of me talking about being accused of being a predator. It's untrue. I'm dating somebody who's older than me. Last person I dated was a year younger than me, but they were still pretty close in age. I've usually mostly only dated people older than me. R, who you guys may remember, was about 3 years older than me, and I've always done that. besides when I was pretending to be older than I was. And people thought they were younger than me, they were actually older, and that is a completely wrong thing to do. I have faced the consequences for that. And ever since I've revealed my face, I felt a lot happier. But even, like, I have friends who remind me every day what was wrong, what I did. But you guys need to remember, I was, like, between the ages 10. I want to say I started when I was about 10. I was between the ages of, like, 10 and 14. And then I stopped sometime, like, halfway through my year, when I was age 14. I stopped. I finally came out about the truth. I have since made it my goal to be honest with you guys and truthful, and that's what I'm doing today. I literally never want to be associated with the word predator unless it is predator catcher. I have watched for years now people like Jadion, Skeeter Jean, Chris Hansen, and I'm going to get emotional talking about this. Probably. I'm going to try not to, but I might. Not only is it a personal thing, something that has happened to people I know, but predators, if there is a person watching this and you have any of those kind of tendencies, go see a therapist. If you've done anything, turn yourself in. You are a bad person. And I one day want to do pred catching. I want to work with people like Jadion. I want to put away people like EDP445, Hulo, $25 cheese pizza. Sorry, I had to throw that in there. If y'all know Hulu, y'all know. People who go after kids. Remember that guy on Chris Hansen who he tried to offered Chris a piece of pizza? I started watching Chris Hansen when it was around, I think Cinnamon Toast Ken started reacting to him. He was my childhood YouTuber, by the way. I still watch him. But, like, I've unsubscribed to people who were predators. When I found out Dream and stuff, like, supposedly this stuff, I unsubscribed. I stopped watching him. I've completely stopped listening to David's music. I've listened to now there's this guy who does covers who's really cool. I'm the last person who would ever want to do something like that. I've tried my best to not get angry about these allegations, but I failed. I had moments where I was threatening people for making those allegations. I think the mature and responsible thing is not only to let those people who are making those allegations speak up, so like in the podcast coming up, but also to say, like, I'm 16 years old. Any of the stuff when I was catfishing was between the ages 10 to 14. Like halfway into my year of being 14. Most of the people involved were always teenagers. And we were all teenagers. We were all stupid. I was not the only one lying. Angel lied. Okay, I'm going to throw you under the bus too, Angel. When A met me, I was trying to be better, but I was also still LARPing in some ways. Not as being a different person, but as being someone different in a way. I'm orange, as you all know. But the orange that A met, the orange that people like S had met, the A that people like L had met, both L's. The A that people like Red met, that J met, was in reality a persona. Somebody who tried so hard to be funny, made the wrong jokes. He would say, if I was still that orange, I would be sitting here talking about every few seconds cracking a joke about something inappropriate, wrong, dark. I also want to address the elephant in the room. My fanboying over Nick Fuentes and Marlon. Not Marlon. What's his name? Myron? Myron Gaines. Not Marlon. Marlon's good. Marlon's good. My fanboying over Myron Gaines and Nick Fuentes. And also, this is also kind of an apology for the Jewish community as well. To the Jewish community as well. I do not think all Jewish people are bad. I don't. I've met good Jewish people. And at the end of the day, we are all brothers under religion. We are all brothers under the Abrahamic religions, and we shall, brothers and sisters under the Abrahamic religions, and I can't let the Israelites, people like Benjamin Netanyahu, these not real Jewish people, these big heads of Israel get to me. I also don't support racism. It is okay to make jokes with your friends, but don't go to the point where you're racist. Also, I could name many things I disagree with, but the biggest thing I disagree with now, looking back at it, is Myron Gaines. You make such sexist remarks and such inappropriate remarks. You should be ashamed of yourself. I am not a Republican. I want to make that very clear. I'm also not a Democrat. I'm an independent, but I lean more Democratic. I mean, obviously, I post pride stuff. I posted supporting our furries, our furries, supporting our drag queens, you know? Don't be homophobic, racist. Don't be assholes. Don't be misogynistic. You are better than that. And first off, if you abuse women, dude, same thing with if you abuse kids, turn yourself in, chat. Turn yourself in. Turn yourself in. And not only turn yourself in, people like you also deserve the death penalty. I'm sorry. I'm saying it. I'm saying it. Predators and abusers deserve, because most abusers are predators, deserve the death penalty. Do you understand that? I also think, crazy idea, that you guys out there who are, and I'm going to tell you this, A and S and F, they also hate people, predators. They hate abusers. That's something we can both agree on. And even though we don't like each other, we have our opinions on each other, and they also think that I am not a great person, we're in the same boat with that. Anything else, we're probably in a completely different boat. I still don't know your guys' opinions on Israel, but I'll be honest, I have nothing against the people of Israel. It's against the government. And the same here in the U.S., the government. The government is the problem. People like Donald Trump, people like Benjamin Netanyahu are the problem. These huge Israel pushovers, they're the problem. At the same time, Nick Fuentes, he's funny. The only thing I will give Nick Fuentes is he's funny. Myron Gaines doesn't have humor. At least Nick Fuentes has humor. Like, his stuff is funny. I like it because it's funny. And a lot of the stuff, he's just LARPing. Can we be honest? But even then, I do think there's a limit. Like I said, I made a lot of dark jokes. There's a limit. Also, I hate the fact that I'm bigger than Queso. Guys, can I just give you guys an example? Like, look at how large I am. Why am I bigger than Queso? I'm 16 years old. Also, to the guy who commented that I sold him Fent at McDonald's, I didn't, by the way. I've never met you in person, whoever you are. Hopefully not. Have I met somebody in person that I've met at McDonald's? No. And I didn't sell him Fent at McDonald's. But I will say this while I'm on the topic. That was a good comment. It was a good comment. While most of it was LARPing, that was a good comment. I found that funny. So did other people I know. They found it funny. So I also think it is wrong to spread lies about people, though. So, like, it's a joke, obviously. Like, that's the thing I know. Like, I know if somebody says, this guy sold me fent at McDonald's, he's obviously joking. Like, if somebody comments under a freaking Chris Tyson video, right? Like, he's a horrible person, we know. But, like, let's say somebody really doesn't like him and they're like, this guy sold me, like Chris Tyson sold me Coke in the back of Walmart, you know? Oh, that might have been something he actually did, though. Honestly, Chris, you're a horrible human being. Holy fuck, you're a horrible guy. Anyways, I will see you all later. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm going to go spend time with my little brothers. Peace out. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye-bye.